very embarrassing effort by our team, our coaching staff, starting with myself. Not acceptable. Just very disappointed in the way we played, the way we were playing. Like I said, embarrassing is the word that comes to mind. We're a 500 football team. We got our two biggest rivals left, so we'll see if we can regroup. Look at a team, like Georgia. They lost a tough one a week ago and responded with a complete football game and beat us in every phase. And we'll see if our team can have the resilience to bounce back and find a way to go on the road and get a victory this week. So good news is as bad as that is it only counts as one. So that's where we're at. They're a good football team. They played much better than us. They coach much better than us. And they beat us in every area.
Mark, what are you thinking? You try to fire those guys up and get them ready. You say, have a good week of practice, come out, and the opening kickoff goes 90 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how the day went, and it's hard to have an explanation for that. It started with a terrible kick, and some guys not doing their job, and you play a very good football team, and they make you pay like that. It kind of takes the air out of the stadium right from the start, and we didn't give our fans much to cheer about all day, starting with that kick.
Mark, can you remember a game that went like this one on defense for you? I don't think you kept out of the end zone.
I can't recall playing defense like that. No.
Mark, what did you say to your team at halftime? You came back, you got it, let's say within 35, 24, and you're going to get the ball. What was the message you were trying to tell your guys?
Well, we're trying to get keep the energy up on offense. They had been moving the ball well in that second quarter, and we were getting the ball to start the second half, and so we were talking about keeping the energy up and defensively getting some stops and regrouping and trying to go out there and get some stops and play some good football, some better football in the second half. And we start with the interception. There was a play that was probably there for a first down, and once again we don't execute.
Do you feel like you guys were in the game right before that interception?
It was an uphill climb. If we weren't able to turn it around defensively, you never know. I mean, if you get some energy, get some things going, get a bounce here or there. We had the ball on the ground once, and we don't get the bounce again. Who knows? We didn't play very good. We didn't have a very good chance to stop it most of the day. You never know. What would happen if you get it closer.
With special teams, you did have this turnover on special teams, but of course the kick return and the punt return. Is that a situation where the bad outweighs the good?
Yeah, the kick return, the punt return, and then the interception to start the second half and give it to them. I mean, that's 21 points right there against an offense that's hard to stop. They're averaging 40 a game. I said that all week, that they were going to be tough to stop. And then when you give them that 21, we have no shot.
Mark, it's been a long grind. Do you think your kids are getting worn down at all?
I'm not sure. That's what I just talked to them about right there. I just talked to them about, it's not acceptable. We'll accept the responsibility for that once again. We'll look at all the things we can do better. But the fact of the matter is we're a 500 football team with two big games left, starting with Tennessee, and we'll see. We talked about all week about becoming men and playing big boy football, and we didn't do that today. So we've got to find some ways to get them motivated, to get them out there and play better. It is a tough grind, but it is what it is. So we've got to be able to respond.